Sai's like, what's that? She's like, that's cheese. And then supposedly Sai goes, oh, you eat cheese?
Did I not have a mouthful of cheese with champagne?
I literally was
and nuts and cheese?
For the record, I did not say cheese.
I remember eating the
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, the Brooke Ashley, and today we are here to discuss The Real Housewives of New York, Season 14, Episode 1. Yes, this is the reboot, and let me tell you something, bravo, that's how you do it. These other cities need to be put on notice because the way we are all tired, a lot of these stale casts and these stale and fake storylines. I think that Jersey could use a revamp, Atlanta could use a refresher, and so could Potomac. But when I tell you that Bravo got it right for New York, I love all of the ladies. Everybody brings their own flavor. It reminds me a lot of the Miami cast. It's an actual friend group. Those women actually know each other. There's history there. There's real money, fashions, glamour, what a Real Housewives franchise is supposed to be. So I think that New York, bravo, you guys did a fantastic job. Definitely brought me back to the earlier seasons of Housewives where everything was organic and just fun. But I really enjoyed this premiere, and I think that this cast is gold. And baby, when I tell you, the one to definitely watch out for is Miss Brynn Whitfield. Those taglines, when Brynn said, if you make me mad, I'll date your dad. I said, that's what I'm talking about. I love how the women, especially Brynn, don't take themselves too seriously. They're enjoying themselves. It's a fun time. I just love it, y'all. But guys, with all that being said, let's just jump right on into it because you guys already know that we don't have a minute to spare. Now, we start off this premiere episode with us getting to know the women, and let me start off by saying that I really love the fact that we are getting true representation of New York. I'm from New York, and this is what it looks like. And I think that the original New York did a poor job of really showcasing how diverse New York is, and the fact that you have other women of other races who have some money. There are a ton of well-to-do Black women, well-to-do Indian women, well-to-do Asian women, well-to-do Latino women who are in New York, and I'm so glad that this new cast showcases that. And I like how everybody lives in different neighborhoods. You have Sai in Brooklyn, and baby, that brownstone is stunning. I said, come through. And Sai, you better not sell it. Then you have Ubah in Columbus Circle, Jenna's in Soho, Brynn in the West Village, Erin's in Tribeca, and Jessel's in Chelsea. I said again, it's just so much better than seeing a whole bunch of women on the Upper East Side. That's not true representation of New York. But anyhow, we started off with Sai. She's at home in her gorgeous Brooklyn brownstone, and she says that she's come a long way from how she grew up, and it feels good to see that she's made it. And we also find out that she has 2 kids, she's married, and she's a big-time fashion content creator slash influencer, and Sai has all the looks. I said, come through, girl. I said, some of these other women on other franchises could never. So we see that Sai's having some friends over. She's having Brynn and Jessel over. Now, mind you, when Jessel came, Jessel brought over her kids, and Jessel gave birth to twin boys, and they are a year old. I was laughing when Brynn said, when I feel my ovaries flipping, I think of Sai's kids. When I see Jessel's kids, I'm like, they're cute and all, but it's like, you know what? Never mind. They showed Jessel's kids running around Sai's house. I was like, thank God Jessel's mom was there to just, you know, rein them in. I have to say, every time I see twins, I'm always like, oh my gosh, if and when I have children, I would love to have twins. I think that that is so cool, and to already pop out with 2, so in case you don't want to have another one, it's like, okay, well, I already have these 2. It's just the perfect combination. But Jessel's twin boys are adorable. Now, I was absolutely living for the fact that we got right into the drama around the 5-6 minute mark, because we find out from Erin that she's still salty with Brynn and Sai because they ditched her a few weeks ago when she was trying to have a girls' night out and they didn't like the restaurant that she chose. So Erin's like, I don't have to be at a chic place all the time. I just want to hang out with my girlfriends. And the fact that Brynn and Sai lied and said that they were tired, but then I see them at Casa Cipriani, that's a slap in the face. Now, Erin, you have every right to be upset. But in all fairness, very few people are turning down the chance to eat at Casa Cipriani. I'm just saying. And then finding out that the restaurant that was bleeped out was Catch. Now, I have been to Catch. The last time I was there, Jason Derulo and his baby mama was there. This was last summer. And no shade, but when they turn into a club around 11 midnight, the racism and the colorism jumps out. Because you'll see a lot of us standing on the lines, being fed excuses about why we can't go in. And trust me, when I go out, I'm dressed, okay? Like, face is beat, got the Louboutins on, you know what I'm saying? And you'll see other beautiful black women, same thing. It gives very much One Oak vibes. You know how discriminatory they are. They only allow black celebrities or black men. When it comes to women, they're not letting us in. That's all I'll say about Catch. So when they flipped to Brynn and she said, I didn't want to go there. I'm not a D-list model. No, thank you. I would have rather gone to the Olive Garden. I said the shade of it all. And then when Sai co-signed and said, well, I mean, those breadsticks do slap. And I said, she's right about that. Now, Erin going off about how upset she was to Ubah about Sai and Brynn bailing. Here's my thing, right? Yes, she has every right to be upset, but you also have to know who people are. When you know that there are certain people, especially some friends of yours or acquaintances, that are obsessed with status, then you really can't be surprised if they don't show up to certain things. Like, I already know there are people that I would not call up to just go to a casual dive bar because they are so consumed with everywhere that we go, it has to be the hottest place. Nothing can be just mid-range. Everything has to be 5-star at all times. And I get it, but there are some times when you just want to chill out and just eat a burger somewhere, and that's all you want to do. But there are people like Brynn where every minute of the day, they have to be at the hottest place, and it can't be anything less than 5 stars. And if that's the case, then they can't be caught dead there. So you really can't be too surprised, Erin, that Brynn bailed. And Sai gives me very much the same vibes, where she also likes the best. And also her being a content creator, she also has that pressure of being seen at the hottest places. So because of that, she wants to be photographed at Casa Cipriani versus going to Catch. And it's no shade, but you just have to know how certain people move. And that way you can't be too disappointed. Like, it's like, okay, girl, I already know how you are. You're not gonna go. So I thought that that was all the drama. Child, there's more. So we find out that there's some beef between Erin and Sai because a few weeks ago, Erin had hosted like a cute little girls' night in at her place, and allegedly Sai had made a comment saying that Erin's cheese board was weird. So now we see Erin telling Ubah the whole story, and she says that Sai was looking at her cheese board and then she asked her, what's that? So Erin's like, again, I'm just confused because why is cheese so weird? Why would she say that? Now, personally, it feels like this has been a big miscommunication because there is no way in the world that I would be offended if somebody said that my charcuterie board was weird. If you don't want to eat from my charcuterie board, then you can go hungry, because I'm telling you right now, I like cheese, so nobody can make me feel a way about my charcuterie board and the cheese that I had on it. We've seen some really dumb arguments, but this might take the cake. And you could tell that Sai was confused because even she was denying it. She said, look, I didn't say anything about cheese being weird. I actually like cheese. why would I say that?
I did not say cheese.
I remember eating the cheese more than everyone else.
But Sai does point out that Erin's always mad at somebody and that she's always falling out with someone too. So she's like, look, whatever Erin's issues are, that's for her to work out. I really could care less. Like, I'm not going to entertain this. Now, between this premiere episode and me watching episodes 2 and 3 already, without spoiling anything, all I'm going to say is that Erin has that personality where she takes everything personally. Like, everything is a slight. While she's direct, she's not passive-aggressive. She definitely does fall into that hypersensitive, gets upset easily, and I recognize that because I'm similar. Whereas I can also perceive things as a slight. I can take things very personally, so I can see certain traits in her and myself. So I'm like, girl, I get it. So while this whole cheese ordeal is not a big deal in the least bit, I can sort of understand why she's so pressed about feeling like her cheese board was not up to par. But I said, Erin, we're going to get through this. I promise you it's going to be okay. And can we talk about how beautiful Ubah is for a minute? Because throughout that scene with her and Erin, I was like, she's just so pretty. And when I met her in person, I was blown away. I said, oh my gosh, just like a Barbie. And so sweet, so friendly, so personable, just lovely. And when I tell y'all, she reminds me so much of Jenna Lyons on Dubai. And finding out that they're actually cousins, I said it all makes sense. So now we jump on over to Jessel at home. She has a gorgeous apartment in Chelsea, and we meet her mom, who's visiting from London. Remember that Jessel's from London as well, and she moved to New York when she was 22, right after she graduated from college. We also meet her husband, Pavid, and they've been married for 7 years, and we find out that they were actually best friends, and then they just started dating, and now here they are married. In the coming episodes, all I can say is that Jessel has a very interesting storyline, okay? Just keep that in mind. So now we see Jenna Lyons come over, and we learn from Jessel that they've become fast friends. They used to bump into each other in the fashion world all the time, but now it's cool for them to really get to know each other. Now, remember that Jessel is a fashion publicist. Now, may I just pause for a minute? I know that I've said this a few times in other videos about other housewives, about how the camera, I feel, doesn't always do people justice. When I met Jenna Lyons in person, I was blown away. Honey, her whole essence, face, I just said, girl, I mean, no, she really is everything. I'm not just saying that, y'all. And you guys know I would not give out, you know, fake praise just because I met somebody. Like, I really meant that. Just her whole aura, her whole vibe, very sexy. I just, girl, when y'all don't even understand, like, she really is that girl. So anyhow, we all know that Jenna Lyons is an icon. Remember that she was CEO of J. Crew for a number of years. She was like the face of J. Crew. You couldn't say J. Crew and not think of Jenna Lyons. Like, she was it. But the things that she did for that brand, iconic. The fact that she styled First Lady Michelle Obama. I mean, if you have that on your resume, you cannot tell me anything. That is such a flex. I was like, girl, you better. But I just love her whole vibe and the fact that she was at J. Crew for so long, then she stepped down and she's trying to just find herself and take a step back and just relax and enjoy her time with her son. I think it's so funny seeing Jenna being so apprehensive about this group, because when they were discussing the girls' night at her house and Jessel was like, girl, whatever you do, don't have any cheese because there's some cheese drama between Erin and Sai.
Not have cheese at your party.
Oh, I'm only having cheese.
It's gonna ruffle so many freaking feathers.
Are you kidding me? We're having cheese.
And when Jenna said, oh no, I'm having all the cheese. Like, I love cheese. There will be cheese served at my house. I said, I know that's right. Now we jump on over to the big night. Jenna Lyons is hosting a girls' night in, and everybody is getting ready. Now, mind you, the theme is khaki, and everybody's looking like, I don't own anything khaki in my closet. So they're all kind of stumped on what to wear. Now, mind you, Jenna's like, I didn't mean actually wear khakis. I just meant khaki colored. I'm like, now, Jenna girl, you gotta be more specific. Now we see Sai getting ready for the girls' night in, and her husband David comes in the bathroom. Sai says that her husband is one of the most supportive men that she's ever met. They've been married for 14 years. Now, I'm not gonna hold you guys. And Sai, I love you. I think that you are gorgeous, successful, everything. But I was a bit taken aback when you revealed that your husband retired from his job and now he's a stay-at-home dad because your career is so busy, you're always on the go as a content creator, so now he stays home and takes care of home. Look, I know that there are exceptions to every rule, but all I'm gonna say is I just have my good eye on that situation, because I just said, we've seen this many times before, women who are the breadwinners, they're powerful, they're the number one, they're the boss and CEO, and the track record is not good. Look at Wendy, Sherry Shepherd, Adele, Kelly Clarkson, Jill Scott, Mary J. Blige, the list goes on and on. But I just said, all right, you know, I hope that that works out. But you guys know that I have my good eye. When I heard that, I just said, all right now. And then don't forget, when you add in the whole reality TV fame aspect of things, a lot of these men get very insecure, very jealous, very resentful that their wife is now really the star. So I said, okay, so far so good. It seems like he's supportive of her and loves her, but I hope that it stays that way. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. And for some reason, my mind went to when Tabitha Brown announced, I think that was what, last year, that she wanted to retire her husband. And I was just like, oh, all right.
No.
But it was funny when Sai was telling her husband about the whole Cheesegate drama. She's like, can you believe that Erin's mad at me? She claims that I said that cheese is weird. And he was like, come again? This has to be the dumbest fight I've ever heard. Like, who's mad about cheese? When we see Erin getting ready, she calls up Jessel on FaceTime. She's like, girl, what are you wearing? I have to be honest. I'm already annoyed the fact that I'm going to see Brynn and Sai. I'm going in guns blazing because Brynn makes stuff up and I'm tired of it. So I said, oh Lord, we're going to be going into Jenna Lyons' beautiful apartment, starting some drama. And you guys know how I feel. Please don't come to my beautiful home with some mess. Leave that outside. My home is a sanctuary. Don't bring drama and strife and confusion in my home. Now we jump to Jenna getting ready, and that apartment of hers is absolutely breathtaking. I said, Jenna, the next time you have a dinner party, a girls' night in, please shoot me a DM, shoot me an email, because I want an invite. Her kitchen is just everything. That pink couch to die for. Can we talk about how her chef was there? That entire cheese spread, I said, that's what I'm talking about. My mouth is watering as we speak. Like, I need parts. Now, when Jenna showed us her shoe closet, talk about almost having an orgasm when I saw that, because that shoe closet is insane. I said, this is what dreams are made of. She said, I have 376 pairs. I stopped counting. I bought a few more. It's probably more than that.
Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad.
To be at such a high level in the fashion world, I wouldn't expect anything less. I'm surprised she didn't say that she had over 1,000 pairs of shoes. She probably does. I wouldn't be surprised if she has a second or third closet that she's just not showing us. But that shoe closet was absolutely immaculate. I said, the way I would be in her closet every single day, I said, that is what I need. I'm putting that up on my vision board. That is a closet. But Jenna's apartment is the embodiment of glamour, giving very much it girl. I loved it. It was so her. It's sexy. It's moody. It's just such a vibe. Now we see Erin show up first. And Erin, I need to get on you for a minute because I know that you were raised better than that. You don't show up to anybody's home empty-handed. I said, come on. If it means that I'm going to be late, then so be it. But I will never show up to your home empty-handed. I'm coming in with a bottle of champagne, a bottle of red wine, a dessert, a bouquet of flowers. Like, you are getting your hostess gift. It was drilled into me at an early age that you do not go to a friend's home or an acquaintance's home, a colleague's home. You don't go to anybody's home empty-handed. You always come with something. So I was a bit shocked. I said, now, Erin, there are liquor stores all around. You could have easily popped your head in and gotten a nice bottle on the way. At the very least, you could have ordered a bottle from Drizzly if you didn't feel like leaving your home, but I just said I was really shocked by that. And I feel like Jessel was the only one who brought a hostess gift because when Cy and Brynn walked through the door, I didn't see them bring a hostess gift either. I said, now y'all know better than that. Now, like I said earlier on in this recap, Erin is very direct. She wasted no time. She said, look, Cy, I did not appreciate how you and Brynn ditched me the other night to go to Cashapp. That wasn't cool. And I loved how Cy owned it. She said, you know what, Erin, you're right. That was a bitchy thing of me to do. It was really petty. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, but I just didn't want to go to that restaurant that you chose. I wanted to go to Casa with Brynn. But you're right, that was really messed up of me, and I apologize. Forgive me. And Erin accepted her apology. They're back on good terms. And I said, that's what I want to see. I want to see more accountability. Just, you know what, girl, I'm not even going to sit up here and try to lie to you. You're right. You caught me. I was wrong. That was petty of me. That was shady. Let's accept it and now move on. Sheree Whitfield on Atlanta, take note. But Erin points out that while she is glad that Cy's honest and upfront, she feels that Brynn isn't honest. So now we see Brynn waltz in. She looks really good. And she's a bit nervous. She even tells Jenna, she's like, I already know that I'm about to get a spanking. I'm walking into the lion's den. I'm a bit anxious right now. And I said, girl, it's really not that deep. What is she really gonna do to you at the end of the day? And Miss Brynn, something tells me that you've done worse. So I don't know why you're acting so nervous about Erin confronting you about ditching her for Casa Cipriani and then the whole cheese story. Since the ladies are all there, it's time for them to play games. We all know that every time they're having a girls' night out, they love to ask questions about sex. So they're asking each other who's dominant, who's submissive in bed. Then they're asking, what's your ideal porn? I think one of the questions that Jessel read was, what are you addicted to? What's your vice? Is it shopping, porn, eating, and something else? I think that Brynn said all of the above. And Ubah says that she doesn't have any vices. Her only addiction is to bananas and how she eats 5 bananas a day. Now I was like, girl, 5 bananas a day? Your stomach isn't torn up from that? I have always associated bananas with stomach aches. I don't know why. I think I'm still traumatized because when I was like in 2nd or 3rd grade, a girl had a banana for breakfast and it upset her stomach, and yeah, you can only imagine what happened next. And I think I always was like traumatized by that. Like, I associate if you eat bananas, you'll have to vomit or you'll have an upset stomach because of that one incident watching a former classmate get sick from one. So ever since then, I've always avoided them. I don't know. I know it sounds so dumb. So since they're all joking about bananas, of course, it's the perfect segue to talk about the whole cheese drama. Erin confronts Brynn about how Brynn is putting extra sauce on the story about what really went down about the whole cheese drama. Erin's like, girl, I don't appreciate you putting extra sauce on the story and lying on me. It's an asshole move. It's not cool. So Brynn denies lying or exaggerating the story about what happened between Cy and Erin about the whole cheese board. And now Erin brings up how Brynn and Cy ditched her a few weeks ago to go to Casa Cipriani instead of going to Cash. And I loved how Jenna was so over it. She was like, can we move on, please? This whole argument is just so silly. So you have Erin asking Jenna if she can go into her closet and talk to Brynn privately, and Jenna's like, sure. So Brynn is scared to go and talk to Erin one-on-one, and Erin's like, girl, what do you think is about to happen? You think I'm about to punch you in the face or something? Like, it's not that deep. Just come in the closet with me and let's talk. This drama between you and Erin is a real cakewalk. This is some real light stuff. This is level 1. If you've watched Atlanta, Beverly Hills, OC, New Jersey, Potomac, those girls get crazy when they argue. So I said, Erin being upset and wanting to talk to you one-on-one, that's easy. Like, I don't know why you're scared. Now, when they went to sit down in Jenna's massive closet, you have all those Valentinos, Jimmy Choos, Christian Louboutins. I would not have been able to focus on this stupid conversation. I wouldn't have. But Jenna's nicer than I am because I don't know if I would allow somebody to hash out an argument in my closet. I don't think so. You can argue outside on the sidewalk, but not in my home and not in my beautiful closet. No, thank you. But anyhow, Erin says, look, Brynn, I like you and all, but I'm not here for you being a flip-flopper and being wishy-washy. That's not cool to me. Now, I got the impression that Erin was low-key calling Brynn a social climber. That's what it felt like to me when she said that you're wishy-washy and you like to pick and choose who you want to align yourself with. I said, I caught that subtle shade. But Brynn says, look, girl, don't take it so personally. It's really not that deep. So Erin's like, you know what, girl, you're right. Let's just move on. Then Erin admits that it's really hard to stay mad at Brynn because she's so bubbly and warm and a lot of fun to be around, so she makes it hard for you to be mad at her. Now, meeting Brynn in person, I 110% agree. She is definitely not somebody that you can stay mad at for long periods of time. She can really just win you over, like, girl, I'm just so sorry, and she's so charming, and she's so sweet and bubbly, and she's also flirtatious on top of that. So she definitely has a personality where you're like, I can't stay mad at her. Now, from what I'm hearing, all I'm gonna say is I don't see this little truce between Erin and Brynn lasting for that much longer. I don't. They're gonna be back at each other's throats yet again, with Erin being pissed off by something that Brynn said or did, or possibly both. But I just said, okay, you guys are cool for right now, but I guarantee a week or two from now, it's going to be back at square one with you guys at each other's throats and Erin wanting to never speak to Brynn again. Now, when they were playing around in Jenna's closet, they were trying on her shoes, and they pretty much broke Jenna's vintage chair. I was like, see, don't do that. When it comes to other people's things and their homes, you need to be so careful. I was like, come on, y'all. Y'all are not 5 years old. You guys are grown-ass women. But we see Erin and Brynn both put on a piece of Jenna's clothes. I think that Brynn put on one of Jenna's lace blazers, and Erin wore a sequin blazer. And so when they hugged each other, when they joined everybody else, they got stuck together. And Jenna was like, oh my gosh, why would you guys hug knowing that you have lace and this one has sequins on? I said a mess. But that's where the episode ends, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. A very cute premiere episode, y'all, and I am so excited to see what the rest of this season brings. You other cities need to be on notice. You need to be nervous. And Jersey, Potomac, and Atlanta, you guys need to be next. I would love to see brand new faces on all of those franchises. I'm so serious. The cast members aren't giving anymore. We've seen their stories come full circle, and it's just time for a change. We can't keep watching the same storylines, the same rehashed and stale drama. It's enough already. But guys, that was my recap. I hope you all enjoyed. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Bye.